Okay, sorry people. Have to adjust my settings because we all know how this goes. Hi, I'm back finally. You might notice that this is not one of the original IUHs I have. Now, if we look at the name, IUH count is 10, and you're gonna wonder how the hell did I manage to do that? Well, part of it was Aubrey. She gifted me a fair few IUHs in the last few weeks, but I also caught two of my own, so let's introduce them. Obviously, we have the usuals. We have if I search, make it easier. Symphony, my Dark Bay Obsidian. Zelda, my very first self-caught IUH, the Beethoviano Icy Butt. We have September, who's my very first IUH gifted to me by Audrey. She's Bay Blanket Obsidian. Blue Spice Shake, I never officially introduced with a short, but he's here, he's a gift. Shortcake, of course, my December 31st Buxton Snowcap Pink Cowper. And I believe that is it out of the original crew. So yeah, this is the first one I ended up with. This is Cinnamon. Cinnamon is a ruby buckskin quarter horse, and I found her on desert, and she was a complete shock. I adjusted my settings so her hair is just awesome. Then immediately after that, I ended up catching Sandmite. Sandmite is somewhere in here. I can't see him. Sandmite, where are you? He's probably right in front of me. Did I show him? No, he's right here. This is Sandmite. He is my limestone, not limestone, sandstone. Sandstone Appaloosa. I caught him like immediately after catching Cinnamon. And then I have two gifts. This is Rice Krispie Treat, a curly pink Icelandic. Unfortunately, she is spooky and I can't really ride her until I get a personality swap. And then we have Canary. Canary is a gift from Aubrey. He's a topaz quarter horse, and I love him, and he's also Max. So anyway, this video is all about IUH hunting. So we're gonna do the reset method, which is where I visit every single island that I want to, and then we check them out, and then we do another lap, and we'll basically go until I get tired or until we find an IUH. This video could end up being like, I don't know, 3 hours long. So buckle up, people. I don't know what that was, but it was very white. I've had a lot of luck on Desert. This is actually Aubrey's private server. I know, right? She's just such a good friend. She's gifted me IOHs, she's gifted me all sorts of stuff. Just, if you have a friend like Aubrey, keep them close forever. They're worth their weight in gold. They are just such amazing people. Anyway, this canary might have just switched to another horse. My issue is I don't max out my horse. I like to do it by hand because it gives me bond and skill points. But the problem is it takes so long. Canary was actually maxed out before I got him. She traded him to be maxed, which is very nice. But I may need to get a different horse. My inventory is a complete mess. Here's Solstice. Here's our. Oh, I'm not gonna rename him. Jeez. There he is. Okay, look at his hands. Look at his stats. I'm stuck. I can't. I have attention. I've just been having so much fun with Black Horse Islands. You know, now that Trick has released a new spawn rate and IOH is so much easier to come by, this is just so amazing. Like, you just have to love how much more fun it is. You go out to IOH hunt, and I have to turn my settings down, and you can actually find something. I'm also gonna like play around my settings a lot today. I'm looking for a higher quality, you know, more realistic look. I have the IOHs to the point where they look really gemstony and very pretty, but not quite enough for me. That is a very pretty donkey. So here's the thing with Aubrey. She caught a rare coat donkey IUH like almost immediately. Oops. Up the contrast a little bit more. Oh, I turned my saturation down to 0. I'm like totally playing around here. Okay, this is interesting. I'm not quite sure what this changed. Let me see what it did to like my IUHs. Kind of made them less visible. That might just be a dark one though. Whoa, okay. Very realistic look. I'm mainly looking for like these big visible look on my IUHs because I'm blind as a bat and I literally cannot see anything. So, or I'm hoping by making them more visible, but I might check this because with these obsidian horses, I like actually cannot. Okay, no, you can see that's shiny. That's good. That's fine. I wonder if I change these. I don't know what that did. I don't honestly know what I'm doing. I'm just, screwing around with the device. I don't know where I'm going. Um, we're still messing around with the settings. I'm still a little like, ah, and then I turn the spectral scale. I don't know where I'm go. I forgot I had that on. I don't know what Aubrey did to her settings. Hold on. I'm just gonna have her good now. I played around a little bit more. I don't know if I actually changed anything, but it looks better to me. I have really bad eyesight. I never play with my glasses. Yes, I know. Bad decisions, bad decisions. Stop judging me. And it's helpful when I can actually see what I'm looking at. Also, it's just more realistic. I think that's just chestnut, but like, I have to check. I'm contractually obligated to check. Yeah, that's just chestnut. I turned my glow intensity up all the way because I am so blind, and I was looking at a moonstone horse the other day and thinking of it, and I was like, is that how why is that horse all decked out in moonstone? And I was like, wait a minute, I'm too blind for this. So the glow intensity went up all the way to 100. Yes, this makes me lag. But the internet upstairs finally got fixed, so like, yeah, I can actually, see stuff, I guess. Like, I don't lag out quite as much anymore. It's very helpful. Where's the horse? Oh, I see it. We have recently only been having luck on desert. I don't know why. Desert is like my island now, which is, these are like twins. Once you have the spawn route memorized, you can just reset. Saves you a lot of time, saves you a lot of stamina, which is what I'm gonna do right now. So we reset, and then we go to our next island. Because the fun thing about this is, if I don't go to desert island, no horses are gonna spawn. They don't spawn until you actually travel to that specific island. So if there's an island that you really hate, but you're like, oh, I don't want to visit IUH, just don't go to it, and they won't spawn. So this is the same island that we caught Rice Krispie Treat on. Aubrey was up at like 4 in the morning playing around, and yeah, this is how we ended up with her. Rice Krispie Treat is awesome. I'm just going to do a personality swap. If anyone has one for sale, please, I have money, I can pay. I'll pay you big time if you give me one. I'm so tired of having a spooky horse that is just white. Cinnamon was a huge shock. I was just kind of running around. I had zero expectations, and then all of a sudden, boom. Really nice IOH spawning right in front of my face. It was glorious. Never gonna. Oh, wait, can I do that? She's white. Another trick, because I know if you're like me, you're always worried about spending money when you travel. Just mine clear quartz, mine gems that are on the islands that you're traveling to, and just sell them every once in a while once you have enough. And boom, problem solved. You'll make so much money. I made like, I don't know, 30,000 coins. The only time I will catch a horse that is not an IUH is if I need it for my catch log. Like, I don't know if I need that. The mammoth donkey, I need the, okay. So I don't need that. But if I had needed that, I would have caught it and then I would just check back on the spawn point when I was done, just to make sure. Because, with my luck, I would not do anything, and then IU would just spawn, and oh my god, so sad, end of my life. The great thing about this, I really need to get a horse that doesn't have sliding stop, but the problem is I love it, so I'm always equipping it. So for all of you that are on Discord, they reopened the Wild Horse Islands chat server, and they have mod applications up, so if anyone's like over 18 wants to be a mod, please, I don't want that server to shut down again. The unofficial Happy Acres is just so toxic and it's awful there. And anyone who's I wasn't personally involved in it, but yeah, it is very toxic. I had some older friends who were involved in it, and they got kicked out. They were framed for tracing art, weren't actually tracing art, had given proper credits, had mentioned that they were like how they were doing this, the process, and signed it, and they still ended up getting shamed, bullied to the point where they left the server. The moderation is terrible there, so do not join that server. The moderation, they have favorites, they play favorites, and I haven't even been there. I've just heard stories. I actually am not old enough to be in that server. You have to be like 18 plus. Sorry, guys, not quite an adult yet. Not that I would join the server anyway. Um, so yeah, that's kind of the story behind the unofficial Happy Acres, but the real Happy Acres is open and it is great stuff. We'll reset because I'm running all the way down there. Now, our next stop is Desert, which is our lucky island. If I find an IUH today, I will let you guys in the comments. Name it. Also, if you hear any weird creaking, my chair I'm sitting in is kind of like a beanbag on stilts. That's how I describe it. It is very loud. You will hear it a lot, probably. I don't know if it's actually being picked up on my microphone. I have a funky microphone on my phone. But if it is, trust, it's just my chair, man. It's got a really weird sound basis. Where's this horse? Is it in here? The only problem I have, I really, really wish Trick would do something about this, is that horses do not spawn where they should. Oh, alright, that was not there 20 seconds ago. What's that? I really wish I could get this horse to move. I'm gonna assume that that's not zebra stripes, and yeah, that horse was not moving. So around Desert we go. There are a couple different routes you can take for Desert. This is just my personal route. I know some people who go the opposite way as me, and I just genuinely cannot get my head around that. It just seems very backwards. But you know, if you want to do it like that, go ahead. It's all the same. If you find an IUH, you find an IUH, man. Nobody's gonna complain about that. It's just a Marwari. I have such a big problem with the current. I just forgot what I was gonna say. I don't remember what I have such a big problem with. Ah, yes, the current spawn, because they don't like the current spawn ability. They don't spawn where they should. Sometimes they fall down cliffs. I feel like they should keep them held in place until you get close enough to see them. Because I'm constantly losing horses down cliffs. That horse was not there 40 seconds ago. I hope I didn't just run right past that and all of you can see that on video. Just me skating past a horse. My prismatic text head is my biggest pride and joy. I actually got the bridle as a gift because I was doing horse giveaways. This was my big thing back when mainland was like bustling. I used to collect a bunch of random horses. This was back when I was a training receipt grinder, and I would just haul in thousands of training receipts. That's why I have Solstice. I probably turned in like, I don't know, 14,000 training receipts at one time and just pulled him like third try. My thing used to be where I would go and collect, I don't know, a couple hundred random horses, just completely common horses. And then like a few rare ones, like if I caught an Arabian, I'd save it. And eventually I would max all of these up, sometimes with the help of a little money, and then I'd put them all in my barn and pasture, and I'd go, hey, I'm giving these away. Unfortunately, people have really bad reading comprehension, and often this like ended with me getting called a scammer. I'm not really sure how I was a scammer. I was the one giving away the horses. I think what they interpreted, that doesn't sound like a word. I'm confused. They would like view that as me saying, hey, trade me your horses for free and I'll max them up. Really, what I was doing was I was saying, hey, come to this island for a free maxed up horse. I don't know how they interpreted it like that, but they did, and yeah. Oh, so I'm gonna reset. I'm not sure why that happened. What the flip? Hold on. Okay, we're gonna leave and come back. Okay, we are back. Oh, thank God it spawned me on mainland. Okay, I got this. We're gonna just go, it totally reset the server. So we're gonna go back to forest and start from scratch. It's okay, usually jungle doesn't have anything good. So yeah, this is also Avis. One of my very, very old shorts has him, and it's got the cringiest slow-mo and the goofiest song, and it is hilarious, and I highly recommend you check it out. This was back when I just discovered kind of like what editing was, and I was like, oh my god, I gotta slow-mo everything, and CapCut is great! I actually run a very popular, like, I don't know, 300 followers, so it's like kind of popular. It's not very. Here's my own screen recording. And yeah, so I know how to use CapCut now, so my edits hopefully won't be quite as bad as they used to be, but they're still pretty cringe. As in, like, I would not post them on this channel cringe. I actually edit the Hunger Games. Yes, I'm one of those people. I honestly don't want to start a TikTok channel for my YouTube channel because it's just so much work. And TikTok just doesn't seem to have as big of a niche for it. Like, the only niche I've really seen where it's TikTok Wild Horse Islands is, specifically the unofficial Happy Acres, and if you have watched the video all the way through, you would know that I don't like the unofficial Happy Acres server. So yay! No Happy Acres for me. I'm a hater. I'll admit it, I'm a hater. But like, I have a good reason to hate. I had some friends that quit the game after being bullied on that server. Um, I would drop users, by the way. I thought that was Pearly, and I was about to have the... Am I sure that's not Pearly? I can't see. No, it has hair. Sometimes Pearly has a really weird picture where it's like it looks like hair, and then you have to like really zoom in. It's like, nope, not hair, not hair. No, not hair. I'm so mad that I had to restart. I was doing so great. What is that? If I find an IUH, we'll just end it. By the way, like I'll catch it, and that'll be the end of the stream. I'm looking for a horse. It's somewhere around here. I don't know where. Usually what this means is I have to run through here, then around here. Avis, I might have to swap out for a different horse. I have a ton of horses though, so like this is fine. Bubbles, whose tax set is currently gone. Revenue spare tax. It feels weird to be riding like one of the rarest in-game horses with nothing. If anybody knows this channel, they will know that I'm a chronic no tack person. I sold all my tack the other day and I just don't have any now. It's sort of kind of a problem. Oh, this could work. Oh, wait, this could actually kind of work. Do I have a saddle to go with it? I do. I didn't know this. Oh, yeah, saddle pad though. It's okay. I know I have, yes, water wings. Worst that I've ever given a horse. Embarrassing. You know what? The neon mouth jelly ball, it's fine. It all works. And anyway, that's our tag set. For now, it looks absolutely terrible. I really don't care. This is Bubbles. Bubbles was another gift. Basically everything in my inventory that's even worth more than, I don't know, 2,000 tokens is a gift or some extreme luck. I am not good at values. I hate trading. I feel like a scammer anytime I get a slight win. Um, so I try my hardest to just avoid trading, but what I am really good at is I am good at making decisions. So basically what happens is Aubrey gets a good trade, and I basically get the pickings off of whatever she gets. Oh, here's the other unique coat. Can you be an IUH too? Or she trades specifically to get a gift for me, like this she bought with her own money. Cucumber, not what cucumber? I'm thinking of Aubrey's old clover. Lavender. Lavender was also a gift. She had four clover clydes at one point. I don't know how we ended up with me having the only one now. She gave away a couple. The other day she had a perch IUH. Of course, I have Rice Krispie Treat. Any IUHs that she doesn't want that typically go to me, unless they're like high tier and then she sells them, which is like, common courtesy. I'm not gonna ask her for the high tiers, good lord. So yeah, that's basically what happens. Let's teleport. We are now on Royal. I really hope this records. Yes, it's recording. I always have to check, and I know some YouTubers are like super focused on making everything perfect and not having a hair out of place and having everything go smoothly. And I'm like, I'm doing this for fun. If I need to pull up my settings really quick to check that I actually have a screen recording going, then yeah, I'll do it. And I really don't care. And I don't care if my screen recording icon pops up. I'm not waiting 4 hours in between for it to like settle itself. It's not that deep. I'm already tired. Honestly, we're gonna do a couple laps and I'm just gonna quit. Cause like, it's just so much work. It's supposed to be fun. I'm trying to keep it that way. That's how I ended up getting burned out and not posting for multiple months. Because I made it a chore. I made it like, oh my god, if you don't post, nobody's gonna. Ooh, hold on, theological deposit. Ooh, there's two from. I got a perfect harvester finally. So now harvesting everything doesn't take me 18 hours. Before this, I had an obsidian one, and it was great and all that, but not ideal for someone at my level who is constantly harvesting and other stuff. Just doesn't work very well. I know that's not great reports, but we have to take a look. So now we're going up the hill. We have Bubbles, our trusty speed. I almost called this one Bublé, like Michael Bublé. But, so we ended up not doing that. We just called her Bubbles because, like, bubble guppies. The story behind Cinnamon's name is Cinnamon Red Hot. I was gonna name her Carnation, and then Aubrey's like, hey, Cinnamon Red Hot jelly beans. So I was like, oh, I hate those. Heck yeah. I hate when I eat a Cinnamon Red Hot. It's fine if I know what I'm getting, but if I just pick up a random jelly bean and I put it in my mouth, I'm expecting sweet, sour, not, like, a Cinnamon Red Hot. And I think I can't handle them as a surprise. If I know what I'm getting into, then I will gladly pick the Cinnamon Red Hots up and eat them, but I don't like being scared into it. It's always so interesting when I get a horse that was traded. It's like, what is the story behind you? Why were you for trade? Because you're not for trade with me. Like, this horse is not for trade. Pretty much everything in my inventory is just not for trade. Makes for great people. I hate when people come up to me and they're like, is that for trade? And I'm like, please don't ask. I can pretty much guarantee that anything I'm riding with the pack set is not for trade. And it's really awkward because I'm like, oh, no, sorry. It's even more awkward when people are like, can you see my offer for XYZ and it happens to be the horse I'm riding? Because I always feel like they want me to be looking at it and go, oh my god, I'm going to accept this right now. And the truth of the matter is, I'm only looking so I can give you a very honest opinion. And I've told people before, okay, that offer kind of sucks. You're not going to get a horse with that. And it makes them so mad. I'm like, girl, I'm trying to save you some trouble for later. You know, it's embarrassing if you go to offer for someone who's like rich and you offer something stupid and they're like, yeah, it's a great way to never want to trade again. I'll screen recording after every island because I know how this works. If I screen record for too long, my thing will start to overheat and then everyone's gonna get cooked. I have a great book that I'm gonna read after this. I really hope that's limestone so I can end this video. Please. It's gray. I have not caught a mid-tier yet. We are on the hunt for a mid-tier. I desperately need one. I've caught 3 low tiers so far, but the mid-tiers remain elusive. That's some orange hair you've got there. Oh, it's peacock. I haven't seen one of those in ages. I love breeding that coat. Do I have this in my inventory? If I do, I'm not gonna touch it. I have the legacy coat. Yes, I have the normal coat as well. Oh my god, this horse was from back when I actually cared about crosscoats. It's not Max. This could end very badly. This is gonna end badly for me. I don't know why her name is Daisy Dale. I must have traded for her. I used to be a breeding fiend. You know what? Maybe I should go to breeding hub instead and just like turn this into a breeding video where I slap together a bunch of illegal combos. There's a horse back there. I don't know, man. Spawn points on desert are kind of confusing. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, it's right there. Honeydew. The funniest, like, I don't know, realization story I have is definitely when I realized how to pronounce rendezvous. I had Rose, and I'd given her a really fancy name because, like, I am a dressage kid. I ride competitive dressage, and everyone knows a really nice horse, except for mine, has a show name usually. And I called Rose Red Rose Rendezvous, but I thought this was pronounced Red Rose Rendezvous. And I think I said it like that multiple times on camera in my old videos. Just very embarrassing all around. Yeah, this is Red Rose Rendezvous, I say confidently. It's actually Red Rose Rendezvous, which sounds better, but is really embarrassing when you think about how I pronounced it before. So, people, it is Rendezvous, not Rendezvous. Please keep that in mind. I had a period of time where I would just pick all my horses out and give them show names, and then slap them back in my inventory and not touch them. What is that? Oh, it's a stand-up-bred. I haven't seen one of those in a while. That is white hair I can see from here. And she's gonna run out of stamina, so over to Delmer. This is Delmer. Here's a gift. You know, the usual. He's been a dream horse of mine for a long time. I'm an Andalusian event lover. I love all the event Andalusians. So, like, Northern Lights, Beachy, like, all of them. Just give them to me. So I actually got a Northern Light Andalusian because they're not too rare. Like at the time that I wanted one, it was like my first event horse, and I locked it up in my inventory. It was actually a gift. The story behind that is very sad, and I'm not gonna share it. Because you know it's like actually kind of tragic. Please work, please work, please work. I'm begging, begging you. Please, 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 please work. Yeah, look at me, I did it. I made it work. Okay, here's Delmer. We're gonna go for a run on jungle. I caught Indigo, not in the server, in another private server of Aubrey. We had a phase where we were just buying private servers and using them. And I mean, honestly, it was a fun phase. I would love to hunt on mountains, but the spawn points suck. Also, don't ask how I went from one topic to another. I honestly feel like I might have like some kind of problem with my head. Cause I just like topics, never heard of them. We flip flop from one to the next. I've been told I'm very ADHD coded, but I hate self-diagnosing, so I'm not gonna do that. I would get an actual test. I believe when I was like 9 or 10, I got tested and I failed, so like, that might be telling. There might be something wrong with me, or I might just be a total weirdo. We'll never know. We're gonna take like one more lap after this, because I don't want to use up all my phone storage for this. I don't know why I said phone. I'm actually playing on an iPad, a really old one with not a lot of storage. People are like, oh my god, you must be playing on like the newest iPad. No, I'm playing on this SE type iPad. It's practically a Kindle. Black, black hair, black shoes, black tie, black hair, like everything's black, black hair, black hair. This is like one of my first breeding units. We're kind of taking an inventory for. Flutter, I traded so much for this horse. I don't even know why, but it has 100 strength. Failure, I got scammed for this horse. I thought it was pearly green, and the person advertising it said it was pearly green. And I went to the island, and I didn't look, and I was like, oh my god, it's pearly green. Mind you, I don't even think pearly green is a goat color. So, I just bought it for 6K, which I suppose isn't that much of a scam, but yeah, I ended up with that thing. And I don't think I've ever hated a horse more. Well, okay, correction, I don't hate it, I just highly dislike the way that I got it. But I don't want to sell it, because I feel like it's a reminder to me to pay attention to the advertisements, to actually check stats before fearing somebody else is going to buy that horse. Nobody else was even on the island. I had time to inspect it, to read the stat card, and I didn't, and I just went, oh my god, and I bought it. So people, be aware of that. Don't just buy horses because you think they're IUHs. Actually check and make sure that the stat card says island unique hair and unbreedable. It'll save you a lot of pain later. Ask me how I know. I don't know why my horse just stopped. I must have pressed slide and stop by accident. So a lot of horses in this spawn point. That is a beautiful duchy. You know what makes me mad is they didn't add a good chestnut coat for the Dutch warmbloods. The chestnut coat, there isn't even one. I have a chestnut warmblood. I needed that chestnut coat. There's really not a chestnut coat that looks like my horse. So my horse is a Dutch, not a Dutch, he's a Swedish warmblood. And so he looks very similar, but instead of being long and tall, he's shorter, he's stockier. He's kind of like if you combined a thoroughbred and a Dutch, which is a terrible visual considering the game mechanics here. But think of a real life thoroughbred and a Dutch. They're built differently from the game. So that's what he looks like. And the chestnut coat that he has, it's not, um, it's not dark chestnut. It's like this very beautiful, very striking copper color. The best way I can describe it is kind of like this, but a lot lighter. It's like a lighter chestnut there. Of course, my horse is a rescue, so all the things I know about him are basically speculation. He came from the Humane Society as a starvation case, and then he was picked up by a hunting timber barn, but turns out he hates little kids, and he also hates jumping. So my trainer, who was a friend of that trainer, brought him over to the barn to try and sell him. Failed. I ended up getting him for free because nobody wanted him. And now he's mine. Pretty much the coolest horse you'll ever meet. And he's just chillest guy ever. So long as you don't put any kids near him. Should we ignore Lunar or should we go? This is Canary, again, for those of you who did not pay attention earlier. Canary is a gift. Canary is beautiful. There's a plane going over my head. And my settings are just so beautiful, and yeah, we're gonna reset. Um, as you can see, oh wait, who is this horse? Oh no, he's been fully maxed. He's just funky. I always like to look for this horse first for some reason. Ew, what is that? It's so orange. Why is it so orange? Oh, it's the lighting. Maybe changing my settings like that was not a good idea. Okay, here's the horse that'll actually last us a little while. This is Auburn. Everybody knows Auburn if they've been on this channel for any amount of time. Auburn, again, was a gift. Well, actually, not really. It was a combo trade. I also added a lot of my horses. And I ended up gifting back most of the events. Like, I offered her a Lavender Storm Thoroughbred that I ended up getting. Bought it with a little bit of money. I have, I think, two. I was going to give her one for her birthday. Hold on. I guess I only have two. I guess I only. Oh, wait. I think I already gave her the other one. I gave her the other one last year. What am I talking about? I'm going insane. Yeah, no, I already gave her that horse. Where? Ah, it's Palomino. Maybe I should bring out Blue Spice Drake so I actually have a reference. Or, correction, this guy, because he is obsidian. Which is the hardest coat color to recognize. And I need to do something to my... That made it shinier, but what if I... am on 100 again? I think I missed a horse. Yeah, I definitely... No, it was that paint. Never mind. Never mind, people. What the fuck? That scared me. We're gonna reset. Boom, we're gonna jump back. Yeah, look at us go. We're so daddy. Has anyone heard the song Gnarly? I can't decide if I like it or not. It's by Cat's Eye. It's like catchy, but at the same time, it's really cringe. I don't know how I feel about it. I need to ask Aubrey about it because it's kind of like in her niche of music. But I feel like she's gonna hate it. She's a BTS hater. Besides like one or two songs, she just does not like their music. And honestly, I agree. I'm not a big BTS fan, but I also kind of fall under niche music. Like, not niche, but not popular. I'm a Hozier, Conan Gray. I get Conan Gray is really popular, and so is Hozier, but not their really popular songs. Like the obscure ones. The ones that I could literally ask any Hozier fan, note the air quotations that you cannot see, about it, and then be like, what? I'm talking like Foreigner's God, and In a Week, and that kind of stuff. Not Too Sweet or Take Me to Church, but those are a banger, I'm not gonna lie. You cannot call yourself a Hozier fan unless you've heard Would That I at least 3 times without skipping any of it. All of your failures, not a single one of you is an IUH. What is wrong? I can't reset. No! 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 Here's an old horse while we wait. I forgot how much I love this coat. You know what? We're gonna breed this horse. We're gonna breed this horse. Because this coat is actually really cute. We're gonna do one more lap. Here's a horse. This is actually a horse I bred. I don't remember why I bred it, and I actually don't like fjords, but this one is my exception. And to be honest, the stats on this one are not bad. Like, they could be a lot worse. It doesn't jump. It's spooky though, this is not gonna end well. Here's one. So basically just changing horses every 8 seconds. Um, you know what? Let's just do the mid tiers. Let's not look at jungle this time. Because I do that. I want to go breed. I want to go on a breeding spree. Maybe I'll do a giveaway. Would you guys be interested in that? If I just like gave away a bunch of horses? Like a bunch of random horses. They don't even have to be like unique. Just regular old horses that have been touched by me. I would have to completely clear out my barn though, which is really annoying because I am a Pink Sparkle Quarter Horse zoo owner. I own a zoo of those things. But I could do it. Like, I could host a giveaway. Like, just touch a bunch of random horses. Or, like, breed a bunch of times until I have how many horses that I need to do. Like, just breed until I have enough to fill up the whole thing, and then just. You know what? We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that again. We're gonna start giving away horses again. I'm gonna go on a breeding spree really quick. Fill up my barn and stuff. We're gonna end this video early so that I can do that because that is just something that I've been wanting to do for months now and I haven't actually put it into action. I'm gonna make a second video sometime later this month explaining what exactly I mean by I'm gonna give away a bunch of horses. I think that's just gray. No, it's actually not. Okay, guys, that's the end of this video. I'm gonna go breed a ton of horses so that I can give them away, and then I'm gonna post another video maybe in like 2 weeks explaining how you can find me to get these horses. And of course, I will do a preview, and I'll let you, my subscribers, have an early selection, meaning I will give up 20 or so special horses that I will show off. And first come, first serve, claim them in the comment section and stuff like that. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Sad I didn't find an IUH, but I introduced you to all the new ones. Goodbye.